Just over halfway through the first half.
Okay, not on the shoulders, bind on the body. Yeah. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Japan scrum feed. Great to have the pictures right down at ground level. And Nakama. Well, mentioned the jerseys maybe being close in colour. I'm not sure whether he heard the call or saw the flash of colour on the outside. But he's found its way into a Tuvalu hand, and off they go again. Tuvalu bringing the crowd to life. Sweeping attack. And it's the 6 of Tuvalu with a player in the sin bin. Going forward again, and they're over. Try, Tiliga, Lomiata. So Tuvalu in their first quarter-final open the scoring. How well supported here. There is a Tuvalu community that call the Solomon Islands home. So despite the Japanese fans in the crowd, Tuvalu are also being very well supported here. Good strength. And over went Lomiata. He opted for short kickoff, but too short is that. Well, Japan. Can Japan strike back? Back to the full complement, Tuvalu. After the 2 minutes have been served by Dumaru. Here he is, Dumaru. Gets a hand on that. Only forces it to Uchi. And into the gleeful hands of Kota Nakama. And we've seen this in a number of matches over the last day or so. As soon as one team scores, the other team strikes straight back. This time, Japan development. Backing up was Nakama. And Kota Nakama scores the try, and now can he convert? Slides it inside the upright. This is good work from Uchi, who saw the run of Nakama, and he pinned his ears back. Maybe under some undue attention from Lomiata. But the Japan flags are flying, and we have reached half-time in the men's quarter-final. And it is Japan development and Tuvalu locked at 7-all.
Defense shade, okay, no problem. Defense is not a problem. Our attack, we're not decisive. Okay, be decisive. Keep ball, fucking score. Okay, we're messing around here. Okay? Defense. アタックのところ、もう一回試合前に話す。しっかりやること決めて、まっすぐ。余計なことしてると、こうやってなって、取れること取れない。しっかり取れることしっかり。
So, men's quarter-final action. The first of 4 has reached the halfway mark. And Tuvalu and Japan are unable to be separated as it stands. 7-all at halftime. Japan running right to left on your picture. Welcome into our friends in Tuvalu. You can be very proud of the Toa Tuvalu team, who are making a real effort of their very first quarter-final, although they've got themselves into a bit of trouble here. Will Yamamoto have the pace? Yes, he will. Yohei Yamamoto gives Japan the lead, and the crowd favourites will be feeding off the energy of the National Stadium. All the way from the land of the rising sun. Yamamoto edges Japan in front. Can Nakama add the extras? It's away to the right. Advantage Japan. Sheer weight of numbers. Had a little bit to do, Yamamoto. But a little stutter step enough to give Japan the lead. Conversion went wide. So, 12-7. Japan over Tuvalu. If ever there was a rugby example of a team having to start somewhere, it ended up being one of the emerging nations. It is that of the Japanese cherry blossoms. I recall way back in 1995 at the Rugby World Cup in South Africa, New Zealand All Blacks putting 100 on them. And who'd have thought some 24 years later Japan would be defeating South Africa at a World Cup on home soil. So for nations like Tuvalu, they can really take inspiration from what Japan has been able to do. Calls for a forward pass, but they go unheralded. Yamamoto's in again. And Japan extend their lead. 17-7. Kick to come. Nakama adds the extras. Japan out to a 19-7 lead. And Yamamoto the beneficiary. You could see Tuvalu calling for a forward pass. Try given. Japan go bang bang and kick clear from Tuvalu. Will change in the second half. Restart. Is out on the full. Which means Tuvalu get a restart on the halfway line and a chance to try and put the Japanese defence under pressure. That's flung clear, wasn't it? A dummy, show and go! And he's in again. Tiliga Lomiata with his second brings Tuvalu right back into the match. Under the post, kick to come. If the conversion goes, we've got a 5-point ball game. Conversion is good. It brings Tuvalu into one score of Japan. Big dummy, wasn't it? And pumped the knees, got the legs going. Swan dive into the in goal. I wouldn't recommend that too often. It's a very hard surface. Superbly manicured, this national stadium in Honiara. Crown jewel in the Solomon Islands sporting infrastructure. Just over the back of my commentary position is a aquatic centre, which is the very first to be constructed in the Solomon Islands, operating as a recovery area for the participating teams here. High traffic going in and out of that. There's Tuvalu throwing everything at Japan, and over they go, and they tie it up. Petelu, Baiti. So, game on our hands. Petelu, Baiti. Just off the ruck. And over and across the line. Conversion is good. Tuvalu take the lead. Is there a boil over on the cards? Is it the sand dunes of Singatoka that they have to thank? Or will the crowd bring Japan back into this match? Restart. Knock on ruled. Tuvalu get the scrum and feed. Hotly contested. Up went.
Let's go.
Fukuda.
Wind up, let's go.
He was ruled
Let's
to
go,
have
wind
knocked that on. Last touch.
Crouch. Bind.
Well, the action is heating up here at the National Stadium. Just coming up to 12 midday local time. First of 4 quarterfinals in the Men's Cup. Tuvalu. They're going to run the clock down here. And they secure a boil-over victory. Scenes of jubilation. It's the end of the line for the Japan development team. But for Tuvalu, they march on to the semi-finals.